Well, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, it's a Saturday, and I'm on my way to meet Mark as we're on our way to Salute. So I'm going to pack up the camera now, and we'll be back very shortly in London at Salute. Okay, so after getting back at 8:30 last night, it was a very, very long day at Salute, but absolutely brilliant fun as per usual. And a big thanks to Mark for driving myself, and to Pete and Matt for being great company both in the car and at the show. It was really, really good to hang out with the guys for the whole of the day and just be in a sort of a wargaming environment. It was brilliant, really, really good fun. Now, I did have some great little conversations with some individuals. I met up with Piers Brand and Warwick Kinraid. It was great to have a chat with them and meet Warwick's friend Andy. So big shout out to Andy. And thanks to Warwick and Andy for putting on Soldiers of Napoleon and showing me how the mechanics work. It was really quite interesting to see it played out, and makes a lot more sense. And it might be something that features on this channel in the future. So do, if you're interested in Napoleonics, keep an eye out for those. I also caught up with Windhurst Productions, Robert, who is currently over in the UK, has been for the last couple of years, and unfortunately will be heading back to the US shortly. But it was nice to meet up with him in person, having spoken to him on Facebook Messenger loads of times. It's really good to meet up with him in person before he heads back. I also met up with Will. Will's a guy that's a Brit living in America. I met him many, many years ago at the Oklahoma City convention. You might have, if you've been a long follower of this channel, you'll have remembered the show videos that I did for those conventions, and they're probably in the archive somewhere. So do check out those videos if you're interested. You'll see me from many years ago doing a terrible job on the channel, so not much has changed. But anyway, met up with Will. It was really good to see him, and also Dougie Robinson and his son Alex. Really good to catch up with them as always. It's 2 years in a row now we've met up, and who knows, maybe next year we might even team up to put a game on at Salute. We have talked about it a little bit already. So we'll have to wait and see whether that pans out, but always good to catch up with those two. Yeah, good times. I think that's pretty much everybody that I bumped into. I did have a chat with a few of the vendors, and I'll get onto that in just a minute. But generally speaking, the show was excellent. Really felt very busy this year. Probably a bit more busier than it was last year, if my memory serves me right. But that's probably a good thing. And certainly there was a real buzz around the XL Centre. So it was really, really good. Couple of quick little stories. So on the way up, we did have an interesting encounter with a driver who clearly was not fit for driving, whether he was under the influence of something, some sort of substance, don't know. But that was an amusing story as we managed to safely make it to the XL Centre. And then when we got there, we obviously helped Mark get all his game into the centre, and then Pete and I queued up to get in through general admission. I had my ticket and Pete didn't, and so I said to him, look, I don't think you can buy it on the door. You're going to have to go on your phone, buy your ticket on the website, and hopefully it'll be arrived in your email box by the time we get to the front. So we had a little challenge, and in fact we did. The queue was constantly moving, which was really good, but Pete still managed to enter all his details and purchase that. So yeah, quite a funny little challenge to start the day. Hopefully you enjoyed the montage. I didn't capture every single game there, and I do apologise to those I've missed, but there was just so many games yesterday. It was really, really good to see of far different themes and games, which was really, really encouraging, and some games I hadn't not heard of before. So yeah, really, really good. So I'm sure you're all dying to hear what I bought at Salute. So let's jump in to the purchases section. So I didn't buy much at Salute this year, but I did buy some bits, and I just want to start off with an honourable mention from 1918, a First World War miniature game. So they were going around and handing out free, I guess they're resin figures. These ones are German World War One figures, and they've not only started doing these ranges, they're launching as a Kickstarter. So it launched on Friday, and this video is coming out Wednesday, so it's been up nearly a week now. Apparently it's already funded. There's a set of rules, and there is miniature figures which I believe will be 3D printable. So if you're interested in World War One, particularly 1918, do check that out, and I will put a link in the description below. Now, I went predominantly looking for Wild West terrain, and I certainly found some. First of all, I bought this set from Perry's Miniatures, although this was on the Rendera store. So this is the North American store, 1800 to 1900. It is a plastic kit, and I think it will fit really nicely with the buildings that I've got. And it'll also be nice to have a range of different manufactured buildings in my Wild West town. So I'm looking forward to this. I'll probably do a video on it. And I'm certainly going to do a video comparing this one with the Great Escape Games buildings and also with War Bases buildings. So do check out that video in the future. Now, moving on to War Bases, I went over and spoke to Glenn. Really great to catch up with him, as always. It's really lovely. I always go over and chat to him, and he always remembers who I am. He even remembers my name, which is fantastic. And we got chatting about the new pre-printed buildings which War Bases have released. They've just gone on sale, I believe, for Salute, I think it was. And we got talking, and these are, I was a bit worried when I saw the Facebook post that these were going to be really brightly coloured, and they were almost going to be a bit garish. But actually, to see them in person was really encouraging, and they look absolutely fantastic. So I am going to do a video where I review these. I put them together and get them on the table. And when I was speaking to Glenn, he was saying that they've set it up so that the colours are interchangeable. So if you contact them and you say, actually, I want the gunsmith, but I don't want it in this sort of grey colour, I want it in a red colour or whatever colour, you can do that. And I think that's really, really great that they're customizable. I don't know whether that's a word, but anyway, you can do a bit of chopping and changing. You just get in contact with them, and they'll be able to help you out. So I got the gunsmiths and I got the trading post, and as I say, I'll do a video on those, and I will also do that comparison video as well. So thanks to Glenn for talking me through with those. Really, really appreciate them. These ones are £16 each, so check them out on their website. I also headed over to Pendragon. I didn't pick up any 10mm figures, but they were selling some of the Red Vector kits, and I picked this up. This was £6, but it's about 10 lengths of irregular fencing, which I thought would look really good in the Wild West town as well. And I also picked up some popsicle sticks. They were £2 for a bundle, and they will be used for my 3D printed stone walls. And then finally, although it was my first purchase of the day, I popped over to Great Escape Games, and I was extremely tempted by all the Dead Man's Hand figures. As you can imagine, I nearly picked up a set of the stencils, but in the end I decided against it, and I only walked away with one purchase. Now, this was the purchase that I was sort of expecting to buy, and I'd ummed and ahed about it, and I just decided at the end of the day I needed to get it. And that is this, the Flat Caps and Truncheons Chicago Way starter set. This is the new one out, £50. You get your two factions, which is the Peaky Blinders and the Police. Shows on the back here. I will do an unboxing video of this so you can see in more detail what you get. You get all the counters, the cards, some dice. You get the rules, which I've already got, but you also get a scenario book and an additional miniature, which I wouldn't have been able to get if I hadn't bought this box. So to be fair, the two factions, the Peaky Blinders and the Police, they were £22 each. So that was going to be £44. For an extra £6, I thought, you know what, I'll pick this up, get the scenarios, get the stat cards. I'm fairly happy with it. So yeah, really nice to get that. and look forward to doing not only the unboxing video, but also some games of Peaky Blinders. And I've got a video coming up in the near future looking at building some specific terrain, sort of inner city terrain for Peaky Blinders. So do stay tuned for that. I think that should be a really good one. I think even if you're not interested in the Peaky Blinders or the Chicago Way, I think just the terrain and looking at how we make terrain for the table in a different way, hopefully that will be quite interesting for many of you. So that was the purchases for Salute. As I say, really, really good day out, very enjoyable. And in order to stop waffling, I'm going to stop my review there because I'm sure I could just keep going on about how good a day it was. Now, if you're enjoying my videos, then definitely check out my video on Sunday where I will be showcasing some more 2mm units. And this time I'll be doing some Lord of the Rings cavalry. So do check that video out. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.